hoping to make a name for themselves. Does that make any sense? Or maybe just leaving a piece of themselves behind for prosperity for their children. And I've asked myself a million times, why am I doing this? What am I getting out of this? I'm not pretty enough to be really serious. You know, in the beauty community, that's never going to happen. So if we block ourselves off into these different categories and communities, that's what people are doing. I mean, they're trying to find a niche for themselves just anywhere so they can put themselves out there. So I started putting myself out there in the beauty community because that's frankly basically all I'm interested in now at my age. But there was a time when, above and beyond all this media stuff, I wrote things down, you know, in notebooks, because I was a thought collector and I collected thoughts. And I've been doing that since I could pick up a pencil, writing down thoughts and ideas, and thought I'd be a writer, you know, and I did write, but I don't know. It came to me this morning about why I was doing this. And what I really wanted to say as my, participation in this weird experience. It's really more of an experiment, isn't it? This YouTube experiment. But I guess, I don't want to teach somebody how to put makeup on. And I don't want to teach somebody how to make stuff. But that's what a lot of people started out doing, was teaching you how to farm, how to have a garden. And even when I was writing down thoughts, it was never to teach somebody something. Or was it? I mean, my poetry, and if you think about it, the poetry and writings of everyone who's ever written, I started out wanting to share it with people. Well, that's what we do when we do this YouTube, is we're sharing ideas and just day-to-day things, when we get up and we share our days. And then there are days where we get depressed and some of our videos come out looking reflection of that. It's raining out. Can you hear the rain? It's starting to build up and get stronger and stronger. You have to ask yourself, is anything you have to say worth the 10 or 20 minutes that you put out a video on? Seriously, even if you're doing a serious video on canning, it's what you have to put out any better than somebody else, what they have to say. I don't know. It's just weird, the concept. I don't know. I was taking a shower and thinking about it. My husband's in there watching YouTube videos of a family who's got a farm, and I just got to thinking, is anything that we say worth expressing our opinion or sharing our opinion? I don't know. I'm gonna start just assuming it's not my putting on makeup and stuff. Because even the words that we say, my words to me, if I scribble them down, they're enlightening and they're just like, whoa, whoa. And you know, people do that when they're writing, say they write a song and they got the lyrics all out. I know I did that. And it just all comes together and they're playing it or singing it or whatever and they're going like, this is the greatest song ever. And really, it's just great to you. It's the same with makeup. You're putting on makeup and you're got this on and you're in the moment and you're going, ooh, that's pretty. That looks so good. I've got to show this to somebody. And sometimes masterpieces are and sometimes they're not. Sometimes they are only beautiful to you. And I'm looking at my drawing. My drawings actually are not good. I guess that's what makes a person great or makes them mediocre. Is it? Is it only important to you? Is it any less important? I mean, who decides if something is great or not? The multitude of people? There could be one person out there who has the secret to all things. But if she doesn't, or he doesn't share it with the world, is it great? I don't know. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Should we stop doing something because it's not well received? Especially if it's like, I don't know. I guess if people didn't stop trying, we would never get anywhere in society. So I guess if you feel you've got a good idea, best advice is never to give up. Is that basically it? But we're so fickle, aren't we, as a race? Not just any country or, you know, gender or whatever. We're just fickle creatures. We give up on things so easily and push them aside and move on to the next great thing. The next great idea. The boys and I just watched Ready Player One, and you know, being gamers that we are, boys already at such a young age. We were talking later. Wouldn't that be cool, Grandma, if that were the way things were? Who knows? When these kids get old, what will be popular and what will be, you know, the rage of all of us. Women may not even wear makeup when they get, you know, grown up. Materialistic things may not be a part of our lives. I have no idea. But I do know the way I think. And I'm not just being vain. The way I think is different than the way most people think. You may think that too about yourself. I think the experience of a person, the sum total of the experience, not just, you know, we all have the same experience, going to school, getting a job, having a family, the run-of-the-mill experiences. I think the not pattern, the recipe of one person's life combined, you know, at what age and how long, the amount of pain, the experience, the sum total of your experience makes you who you are, makes you think the way you think, have the ideas that you have. And the subtotal of my particular experience has made me the way I am. And we have certain things that we can be thankful for making us who we are. Not just going to a certain university or going to a certain school, not just having certain parents, but the combination of said experience, you know, of having this kind of parent opposed to that kind of parent, also going to that school and living in that town, and then going to, you know, higher education there as opposed to another place, makes a certain kind of person. So, of course, Ivy League people who have had cushioned lives their whole life and not experienced much physical pain, married a certain kind of person, you know what I mean, makes a certain group of people more like the other. Even the kind of animals that you've had, or shows you've watched, you know, books you've read, everything in your life creates the person that you see before you now in the mirror. Okay, that being said, what makes a certain person... Alright, let's look at it this way. We're all in the same school of life, big university. We all have different classes. We go different ways. We have certain teachers. And we all fail or succeed at certain things. Not meaning that the teacher was bad, but just the way we are. We accept things and we fail or we succeed. We have to take the class over. You know where I'm going with this, right? Okay, so this is life, and we're all different levels. That means an old person that you know right now could be very stupid because he hasn't had a lot of experience. Not that he wasn't given the opportunities, he's just a young soul in an old person's body, and vice versa. A young child could be born, which is why we call them prodigies, because they come all equipped with knowing things, and they get along a lot easier, go further, quicker. Okay? Oh my gosh, look how much blush that was. Where am I going with this? Okay, so then if we look at it that way, I love this color here. Then the whole thing would be an experiment as far as from start to finish. Who would be the teacher, the grand master of this all? Well, the creator, right? The one that started it, the one that's giving the tests, right? You're with me. Okay, so who's his star pupil? You gotta ask yourself, who is the star pupil of this grand finale? Well, you know, okay, so are we gonna say Jesus was the grand #1 student? Well, he was way back in the dawn of time, and the class is not over. The test has not been completed on the long line of things. So maybe it wasn't Jesus. Maybe it was, you know, somebody yet to be proven, because class is not over yet. However, if we've all been told that he is, then the greatest lesson of all time must have happened already, right? I hear somebody talking. Hang on, I'm gonna look out my window. Rain, who could be out there? I don't know, must be in the other room. Anyway, so back, what was I saying about the star pupil, right? We're talking about the #1 pupil. I don't know who he is. And, you know, I really personally don't care. You can argue up and down. I just want to do my best, and I just want to pass the test, the end of my personal test, and not have to take the exam over again. That's all I'm thinking about. I just want to pass the test and quit taking tests. Well, then I gotta ask myself, what is it that I'm doing wrong? Will I pass the test? And I want to believe that I will pass the test because, man, why did I get that red spot on my... Because I want to be a good student. Don't we all? Don't we all want to be a good student? Man, there's so many pretty colors in this box. I'm using the Too Faced. I got this back from my daughter. There's so many pretty colors, it's hard to choose from. I tell you what though, I have got to get a mirror that shows up more things. Okay, so back to taking your tests and doing good. So, regardless of why we're all on YouTube and why we're all here on Earth, regardless of that, let's just do a good job. Let's just fight to prove ourselves, whatever that may be. Let's just do a good job. So whatever you're good at, share with your friends, share with your, is that the color I used? What is that called? Fingers crossed. That is a good serendipitous point, and I want to make that point before we move further along in this video. So really, basically, you are going with your fingers crossed every single day. That's all you're doing. That's all any of us are doing, is moving along a point in life from A to B with our fingers crossed. I like that philosophy. And whether you succeed or not, seriously, whether you succeed or not in this life is really up to participation. Participation. Take it with a grain of salt. If you participate and you show up, you'll succeed. You'll do fine, people. We'll do fine. You may not have results like your favorite YouTube star. And by that I mean the person you're admiring. Whether it's in life or on TV or wherever. You may not have the same results. But if you show up and participate, you're going to do just fine. Now I'm just going to blend those two colors. I'll tell you what I used. So it was fingers crossed on the lids, and then I added some Tickle Me on the crease. And I should have done it opposite of what I did, but I'm talking and I'm coming up with great philosophical points that it just got me carried away. So let's go back to the eye while I'm talking. Oh, see, when you look in the mirror, that's exactly what I was talking about when I first started this. Is I'm looking in this little bitty mirror and it looks so pretty, the color combinations. But then I look in the big mirror and I'm like, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and I'm going to go in with this color called Poodle. And I don't know why, I just liked it and you can't see it. It's right here, this Poodle color. I'm going to put that on the upper regions of my eye. So from now on, I believe that I'm not going to question, what did I just say? I said Poodle. I'm not going to question, I smell doggy doo, why I'm doing this. Oh, that is so pretty. I wish you could see it in reality. It's so much prettier. I love that color combination. Oh, I just smeared it too. But I do know, what I was going to say was, I'm not going to question why. I'm just going to do. And I really, really, really recommend that way. It's fun, okay? That's the main thing. You do something because it's fun and you enjoy it. And don't worry about what other people say about you. And this is my little elf eyebrow thing, which I noticed the other day I used it as opposed to eyebrow pencil. You know, I've told you before in my other videos, I've had a hard time finding an eyebrow pencil that actually works out for me. So I'm just going to use this elf little thing until I find the right one. Alright, right now, if you're watching this, my sisters, I need to know what is a good eyebrow pencil because I'm hitting or missing with it. I'm just not finding the right one. I thought, yeah, the Balm, oh, they'll have what I'm looking for, right? No. Now, I'm not going to spend a fortune on a brow pencil. That's probably been my biggest downfall. And what I have to get over is I may have to spend some money on it. Doggone it. I might just have to bite the bullet and do it because if I'm not finding what I'm looking for, although, now this is the elf. Maybe I just need to quit thinking I need to spend a fortune on it and buy what I know works. And I don't see my, that pencil that has the mascara-like thing. So I'll just use this. So 23 minutes in, people, we have gone on and on about philosophical thought. So, and we've come to the conclusion that we are following this through. We may not be a great guru in the makeup world, but we're just going to get over that, right? And do what we like. Okay, so we've got the right color combination as far as a little burnt what color was the first one? Fingers crossed. And then we've got, I just don't think glitter looks good on me. But let's just move on. So what I'll do is, I find that they've kind of gone out of style. These little, now that I think about it, I can't find it. These little applicators, oh, here it is. They've really gone out of vogue, right? These little things. But I find that with a little bit of, setting spray, that trick we do sometimes with sander. Oh no. It works really good as far as the lighting in here is terrible. putting a lighter color. You see the colors? Oh, isn't this a pretty palette? We were using Poodle. Let's use, oh, talk about, not deja vu, serendipity. Remember in the video I think I did where Xander was fluttering about in here? I couldn't remember what it was I was going to call him. And it's Cutie Patootie. Remember here, what was the name of that show where that became popular? I'm going to use it, Cutie Patootie. That's what I was thinking he was, remember? I'll have to tell him that. Remember when I was trying to think of that? Because Aiden will call me on it. He will like, remember that you were trying to call Xander something? Cutie Patootie. Oh, I can't believe I forget such a name. I have to tell Katie that too because, oh, see how that is? That is a pretty color. Girls, we're getting a great combination today. So I'll have to write this combination down. It's beautiful. So put a little Cutie Patootie in the center of your eye. Right there. Man, that is pretty. Okay, I'm going to even put, I'll have to use a thinner brush. Maybe this one here. That same color on the corners and underneath. I am just not sure though. Oh, that is a gorgeous color. I think I might have found my new favorite color, Cutie Patootie. I gotta write that down so I don't forget about it. Okay, one last thing, and then we'll do our hair, and then I'll come back. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about too was the, this is the mascara I'm going to use today because I've got to buy, I am so low on certain things, but you know what, I'm just not going to worry about it. I'll get what I need when I need it. That's another thing you have to get used to, when you're doing these kind of videos is, yeah, you have to have ideas for, what do you call that, content. I couldn't think for a second. Now, in this light, my eyes kind of look like they've got dark circles under them, but in this little compact, it looks fine. I don't know. Let me finish this train of thought. Yeah, so sometimes you're trying to find content that's different from everybody else's because you don't want to do the same things. And I know when I was first starting to watch YouTube, there were certain things that, especially the ladies that do makeup, you know, would pass around like, what's in my purse? There's that one. What's in my purse? Oh, you know, little things that they would throw around to each other just to make content, right? So when you're making YouTube videos, that's one thing, especially if you're into makeup videos, that you have to try and find new content that's different. Oh, different, what I wore for, you know, when I was in high school, and then the greats of the category do different looks and tutorials on certain looks, you know, how to do. But, you know, it's all been done. It has, at this point, it's all been done. So whatever you have to say to the community, unless you're saying something, showing something really, really different, it's just all been done. And, you know, I've been guilty of it too, as far as I dyed my hair purple and, oh, I don't know. In the beginning, I did some things. But, I think today I'm turning a corner that's going to say, just be yourself, you know. Every day you come on, just try to be friendly and chit-chat with people and share something of yourself with people, you know. That's all we can do. Yes, of course, we can share the things we find. Like yesterday, I was putting on makeup, and I don't know, it was, I was just going to Safeway to get groceries. But I found this in my box of lipsticks, and it's an old one. And it's an e.l.f. Again, it's back to e.l.f. And I just thought it was the prettiest color that I wanted to share it. And I didn't share it, you know, yesterday. But, and you know, excuse me, I can't even tell what color it is. So what I'm sharing with you right now is that look in your makeup. Don't, especially if you're like me and you've got a lot of makeup, don't exclude something and wear the same old thing every day. It's called Touch of Pink, and it's an e.l.f. Beautifully Bare, you know, line. And what I was going to say was that don't discount something that you might have not even known was there. Sorry, I got something there and I couldn't find a tissue. But yeah, this is a good color, and I didn't even know I had it. Sometimes you can just go shopping in your own collection and come up with something nice. But yeah, so yeah, and you know, I spent, what would I spend, $14 on this because it was on sale, and I think it's normally more. And I just have to be truthful with myself. It's not my color, just because I spent a lot of money on it. I like the formula, but I don't know, I like this color. I don't know, I don't know. But just go in your collection and see what you can find. It's the same way with hair. Yesterday I was doing my hair, and I don't know, for whatever reason, I decided to change the barrel out on my curling iron and use the big barrel, and I was happy with the results afterwards. And I don't normally use this big barrel, so try some things in your own, you know, room without going to the beauty parlor, without spending some money, and just experimenting and see what you can come up with. And you'll be surprised of the things you can do if you just, you know, experiment. Don't just do the same routine every day. Do something special. And so I'm going to end this video here, and with the thought of the day. And the thought of the day is, write your thoughts down. Write your thoughts down and be open to new thoughts that come, inspiration that comes, and I think you'll be happy with the results if you just do some experimenting and open your mind to new thoughts. Don't be afraid to try new things, and think a different way about things, because we're all on this road together. We're all learning together. We're all on different paths of success, and I do believe that what you learn today can help somebody else tomorrow. So just don't forget to take notes, learn from your past mistakes, and just trust that you will be on the path to, you know, greater things at a different time. It doesn't have to all happen right away. It can happen when it happens. And get out a notebook and start writing things down, because your thoughts matter. Your thoughts matter to you as far as what you think today could be something that resonates with you later on, like I just experienced with the Cutie Patootie. I'm going to write it down right now. I'm going to follow my own advice, because I remembered that word, Cutie Patootie. Tootie? How do you spell Tootie? Cutie Patootie. Yeah. You'll come across it eventually. Just write it down. Don't forget it. Okay, so I'm gonna head on out of here. I'm gonna blow dry my hair and head on out of here. I feel so much better after making this video. I mean, that's another thing why we do this, is because it gets you out of your own skin. You know what I mean? It gets you out of your own funk. Even if you don't have a YouTube channel, just do something like this, creative. Write, keep a journal, and become your own superstar. Become your own idol. Become your own example. Be an example for yourself, future self. There's a good one. All right, talk to you guys later, and have a great day, as I know you will. Till next time, you know, I could say something witty and charming and creative, like so many people have a certain, you know, formula they follow, but here's my formula. Don't follow a formula. Throw it out the door. Don't, write it down right now. Don't follow anybody's formula. Bye-bye.